பட்ஜெட் மீதான விவாதத்திற்கு மக்களவையில் மத்திய நிதியமைச்சர் நிர்மலா சீதாராமன் பதில் கூறி வருகிறார். நேரலையில் பார்க்கலாம்.
Very many steps were taken out and announced even during the Atmanirbhar package announcements, and in this budget we have kept the pace up and announced measures which are for the reforms. And reforms, not just one-off reforms, not just every now and then, but reforms riveted in a policy. Riveted in a policy which is therefore going to give a neat background, a layout spread before the parliament for people to know that this is not a subjective, knee-jerk reform because you're every now and then questioned on it, but a reform which is going to lay a path for India to be one of the top economies of the world in the coming decade and further. So that kind of an approach, which is a courageous approach of a government which believes that the people of India have mandated it to do such an exercise. I was very encouraged to see several of our MPs, many of them very young, probably the first time entrants, speaking with such fervor about the kind of reforms which the Prime Minister is spearheading, and that gives hope for this economy and for democracy, because India's 2/3 of our population is the youth of this country who hold the hope for this future. And because the hope is what we have to service, attend and facilitate, this budget is drafted the way in which it is drafted. And therefore the policy, particularly the disinvestment in the PSE policy, does not allow for any kind of elementary or rudimentary approach to it. It clearly states, after all, since 1991, the opening of the economy and the justifiable claims that many of us, irrespective of the government, have made, that poverty reduction in real terms is happening since the time public enterprises and also the private enterprises have all given an opportunity for India to revive its economy from the notorious license quota Raj. And that is why I reiterate this fact, that this budget draws on the experience of the Honorable Prime Minister when he was the Chief Minister. In the ground in Gujarat, seen so many revival happening at a time when the license quota Raj was going away post 1991.